Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in your life when you realize that you're not just another person passing through this world. You are someone with immense potential, someone with the ability to do things others can only dream of. But here's the truth: some people will never understand that. They'll take you for granted, overlook your worth, and walk away thinking they can replace you. And when they do, when they decide you're no longer part of their life, when they make that mistake of underestimating you, it's not the end of your story, it's the beginning of theirs. You see, their regret won't be immediate. It will come slowly, like a drip of cold water running down their spine as they realize what they've lost. You know why? Because you are a force, and once they leave, the hole they created in their lives will only grow bigger. The space they thought they could fill with something or someone else will remain vacant, empty, because nothing can replace someone who truly knows their worth. So when they leave, don't chase them. Don't beg them to stay. Don't make them feel like they still have control over you. You don't need validation from anyone. You don't need their approval. What you need is the belief in yourself, the fire to keep pushing forward, and the knowledge that you are bigger than their fleeting opinion. Every moment you spend doubting yourself is a moment wasted. Don't you dare waste another second thinking you've lost something. You've gained something invaluable: freedom, the freedom to grow, the freedom to become the best version of yourself. You are no longer bound by their limits, their small thinking, or their lack of vision. Now is the time for you to evolve into something even greater, something that will not only leave them regretting their actions, but will show the world that you were always destined for greatness. You are going to make them regret losing you, not because you're angry, but because you're unstoppable. Because when they look back, they'll see the person they thought they could discard went on to conquer the world. They'll see you rise, and with every step you take, with every success you achieve, they'll feel that sting of realization. It won't be about revenge. It'll be about showing them that you were worth fighting for, worth cherishing, and worth keeping in their lives. So keep moving forward, keep growing, keep proving to yourself and to the world that nothing, not rejection, not abandonment, not any setback can hold you back. They thought they could walk away, but they'll never forget the person who left them in the dust. And one day they'll wish they could go back, but by then it'll be too late. Make them regret losing you, not because you want to make them feel bad, but because you're too busy becoming the person they should have never let go. Recognizing your worth is one of the most powerful realizations you can have. It's the moment you stop seeking approval from others and start understanding that everything you need to succeed and thrive is already within you. Often, we let the world dictate our value. We rely on relationships, jobs, or societal expectations to tell us who we are and what we're worth. But the truth is, your worth isn't determined by anyone but yourself. You are not defined by someone else's inability to see your value. Their blindness to your potential doesn't diminish it. It merely reflects their limitations, not yours. Think about it. Every individual has something unique to offer. Every person has talents, strengths, and a spirit that no one else can replicate. But the problem arises when you forget that. When you begin to measure your value by external standards, you hand over control of your life. You start doubting your abilities, questioning your purpose, and wondering if you're enough. But you are more than enough. You've always been enough. It's just that sometimes the noise of the world drowns out the voice within you, the one that knows you're capable of incredible things. Recognizing your worth isn't just about confidence, it's about alignment. It's about understanding that you were put on this earth for a reason. You have a purpose, even if you haven't fully discovered it yet. And that purpose isn't tied to whether or not someone else sees your potential. It's independent of their opinions, judgments, or actions. Your worth is innate. It was with you the day you were born, and it will remain with you every single day of your life. When people take you for granted or fail to appreciate you, it can feel like a blow to your self-esteem. You might find yourself wondering, what did I do wrong, or why wasn't I enough for them? But that's the wrong question to ask. The question isn't about why they didn't see your worth, it's about why you let their opinion matter so much in the first place. No one has the right to determine your value. They can choose to stay in your life or leave, but their choices don't dictate your worth. Their inability to recognize what you bring to the table doesn't mean the table is empty. It means they lack the vision to see the feast before them. You are a person of immense value, whether others acknowledge it or not. And recognizing your worth means refusing to let their ignorance shape how you see yourself. It's about standing tall, even when the world tries to make you feel small. It's about owning your story, your journey, and your unique strengths. The moment you embrace your worth, you stop seeking validation. You stop looking for others to tell you you're good enough because you already know it deep within. But recognizing your worth isn't just a mindset, it's a practice. It's waking up every day and choosing to honor yourself no matter what challenges you face. It's saying no to people and situations that drain you and yes to opportunities that uplift you. It's surrounding yourself with people who see your light and cherish it, not those who dim it for their own convenience. It's about setting boundaries, not because you're selfish, but because you respect yourself enough to protect your energy and your peace. One of the hardest lessons in life is realizing that not everyone will value you the way you deserve. Some people will see your worth immediately, while others may never recognize it, no matter how much you give. And that's okay. You're not meant for everyone, just as not everyone is meant for you. But the people who truly matter, the ones who deserve a place in your life, will see your worth without you having to prove it. They'll respect it, nurture it, and celebrate it. And those who don't, let them go. Their inability to value you is their loss, not yours. When you recognize your worth, you shift the power dynamic. You stop giving people the power to hurt you or make you feel less than. Instead, you take back control of your narrative. You decide how you're going to live your life, not based on someone else's approval, but based on what feels right for you. You start making choices that align with your values and your vision for the future. And in doing so, you begin to attract the right people and opportunities into your life. Your worth is not negotiable. It's not something that can be taken away or diminished by someone else's actions. It's a part of who you are, as intrinsic as the air you breathe. And the sooner you recognize that, the sooner you'll realize that you don't need anyone else's permission to shine. You don't need someone to tell you you're capable, deserving, or valuable. You already are. So the next time someone underestimates you or fails to see your potential, remember this: their opinion doesn't define you. You define you. And the moment you truly understand your worth, the world will start to reflect that back to you. You'll find opportunities that align with your potential, relationships that honor your value, and a life that feels fulfilling and authentic. But it all starts with you. Recognize your worth, and everything else will fall into place. Their regret won't come immediately. It won't be a dramatic, instant realization like the ones you see in movies. Regret has a way of creeping up on people when they least expect it, slowly unraveling the illusion that their choices had no consequences. When someone walks away from you, underestimating your value or assuming that they'll find something better, they're making a decision that will shape their future. And while they may feel certain in the moment, the reality of what they've lost will dawn on them over time. The truth is, people often don't realize the value of what they have until it's no longer there. They don't see the effort, the care, the consistency, or the energy you brought into their life until it's gone. They might believe they can easily replace you, that what you gave was common or easily found elsewhere. But life has a way of proving them wrong. You see, your presence wasn't just about what you did for them, it was about who you were, the unique energy and perspective you brought into their world. And that's not something anyone else can replicate. As time passes, they'll start to notice the void you left behind. It might begin with small things, moments where they realize they miss your advice, your laughter, your reliability. Maybe they'll encounter challenges and think back to how you always had their back, how you made things easier simply by being there. And then it'll hit them slowly but surely, like a series of waves building into a storm. They'll start to connect the dots and understand that what they lost wasn't just a person, it was an irreplaceable part of their life. Regret is a powerful force because it feeds on memory. The further they get from you, the more clearly they'll see who you truly were. Distance has a way of sharpening perspective. All the things they took for granted, the qualities they dismissed, will come rushing back into focus. They'll remember how you supported them when no one else did, how you brought light into their darkest days, how you stood by them when they felt lost. And they'll realize they let go of someone who was genuine, someone who truly cared. But here's the thing: their regret isn't your responsibility. It's not your job to make them see what they lost or to prove your value to them. Their failure to recognize your worth doesn't mean you were lacking, it means they were blind. And that blindness is something they'll have to live with. While they're grappling with their regret, you'll be moving forward, growing, and becoming an even better version of yourself. Because you don't need their acknowledgement to validate your worth. Sometimes people think the grass is greener on the other side. They chase after illusions, believing that something new or different will bring them happiness. But more often than not, they realize too late that what they had was rare and irreplaceable. They'll look back and see that the grass was greenest where you stood because you nurtured it, you cared for it, and you made it thrive. And when they finally understand that, it won't just be regret. They'll feel the weight of a missed opportunity, the ache of knowing they let something slip through their fingers that they'll never get back. Their regret will come in stages. At first, it might be denial, a stubborn refusal to admit they made a mistake. But as they watch you succeed, as they see you rise, they won't be able to escape the truth. They'll see you thriving, living your best life, and they'll start to question their choices. They'll wonder why they didn't see your potential, why they underestimated you, and why they didn't fight to keep you in their life. And the hardest part for them, knowing that they had the chance and they let it slip away. You are a rare combination of strength, kindness, and resilience. And the loss of someone like you isn't something that can be easily forgotten or replaced. While they're busy regretting their decision, you'll be showing the world what they failed to see. You'll be building a life that reflects your true worth, a life that proves you are always more than they gave you credit for. And the more you grow, the more their regret will grow too, because every step you take forward will be a reminder of what they lost. Regret is a quiet but persistent companion. It doesn't shout or demand attention, it lingers in the background, a constant whisper reminding them of their mistake. And as they go through life, encountering people who can't match your energy, your loyalty or authenticity, that whisper will grow louder. They'll look for you in others, trying to fill the void you left, but they'll never find what they're searching for. Because what made you special wasn't just what you did for them, it was who you were. So let them regret. Let them realize the truth in their own time. Their regret is not a reflection of your worth, it's a testament to it. It's proof that you were always someone worth keeping, someone worth cherishing. And as they come to terms with their mistake, you'll be too busy moving forward to notice. Their regret will be their burden to carry, not yours. When someone decides to leave your life, it can be tempting to chase after them, to plead your case, to try and convince them of your worth. But that's not how this works. When they walk away, you let them. When they fail to see your value, you let them go. You don't chase, you don't beg, and you don't try to hold on to someone who has chosen to leave. Because the moment you do, you give away your power. You hand over control of your story to someone who couldn't even see the greatness standing right in front of them. There's a strength in letting go, a kind of resilience that says, I don't need you to validate me. I know who I am. It's not about pride or ego. It's about self-respect. It's about refusing to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's limited view of the world. When you chase after someone who doesn't value you, you're telling yourself that their opinion matters more than your own. You're saying that their inability to recognize your worth is somehow your problem to fix, but it's not. Their blindness is theirs to deal with, not yours. The truth is, people who walk away from you are making a choice, and that choice reflects where they are in their life, not where you are in yours. Maybe they're not ready to handle your greatness. Maybe they're too focused on their own insecurities to appreciate what you bring to the table. Or maybe they simply lack the vision to see your potential. Whatever the reason, it's not your responsibility to change their mind. It's not your job to chase after someone who can't see the gift they're leaving behind. When you choose not to chase, you're making a powerful statement, I am enough as I am. You're saying that your worth isn't dependent on whether someone stays or goes. You're affirming that you don't need someone else's approval to feel whole, complete, and valuable. And that's a kind of strength that can't be taken away from you. It's a strength that comes from within, from knowing that you are inherently worthy no matter what anyone else thinks or does. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It doesn't mean you're cold or unfeeling. It means you care enough about yourself to put your peace first. It means you understand that holding on to someone who doesn't value you only drags you down. And you deserve better than that. You deserve relationships that uplift you, that inspire you, that make you feel seen, heard, and appreciated. Chasing after someone who doesn't see your worth robs you of the opportunity to find those connections. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of proving yourself to someone who will never truly get it. When someone leaves, let them go with grace. Not because you're weak, but because you're strong enough to know that you don't need them to define your value. You don't need them to complete your story. Their chapter in your life may have ended, but the book is still being written, and the best parts are yet to come. When you let go, you create space for new opportunities, new relationships, and new growth. You open the door for the people who will value you for exactly who you are without you having to prove anything. Refusing to chase isn't just about maintaining your dignity, it's about preserving your energy. It's about understanding that your time and effort are precious and should be invested in people who reciprocate, who pour back into you as much as you pour into them. Chasing after someone who has chosen to leave is like pouring water into a broken glass. No matter how much you give, it will never be enough. And you deserve better than to waste your energy on something or someone that can't hold it. There's also a freedom that comes with letting go. When you stop chasing, you free yourself from the weight of their expectations, from the burden of trying to be something you're not just to keep them around. You get to be unapologetically yourself without worrying about whether they approve. And in that freedom, you'll discover a version of yourself that's stronger, more confident, and more resilient than ever before. The people who are meant to be in your life will never make you feel like you have to chase them. They will see your worth without you having to prove it. They will value you for who you are, not for what you can do for them or how well you fit into their plans. And when you stop chasing, you make room for those people to find you. You create space for the kind of relationships that are built on mutual respect, understanding, and love. So when someone leaves, let them go. Don't chase after them, and don't waste your time trying to make them see your worth. Your value isn't up for debate, and it's not something that needs to be proven. The right people will see it, and the wrong ones will leave. And when they do, you'll be better off because you'll have freed yourself to live a life that's true to who you are without anyone else's approval or validation. Self-belief is the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. It's the core from which all your decisions, actions, and successes spring. When you believe in yourself, there is no obstacle too large, no setback too devastating, and no challenge too daunting to overcome. Yet too often we allow the opinions of others to cloud that belief. We let their doubts become our doubts and their dismissal of our abilities seep into our minds as if they hold more power than our own conviction. But here's the truth: no one's belief in you will ever matter as much as your belief in yourself. You don't need someone else to validate your dreams. You don't need their permission to go after what you want or their approval to feel worthy of achieving it. Self-belief isn't about arrogance or thinking you're better than anyone else. It's about knowing that you are enough just as you are. It's about understanding that you have everything you need within you to succeed. The skills can be learned, the obstacles can be navigated, and the setbacks can be turned into stepping stones. But it all starts with believing you can. When you believe in yourself, you give yourself the permission to try. You allow yourself to take risks, to step into the unknown, and to pursue the things that truly matter to you. Self-belief is the antidote to fear. Fear whispers, "What if I fail?" Self-belief responds, "What if I succeed?" Fear says, "You're not ready." Self-belief says, "I'll figure it out as I go." It's not about having all the answers. It's about trusting that you'll find them along the way. The people who doubt you, who don't see your potential, don't define you. Their inability to believe in you says more about their limitations than it does about yours. If someone underestimates you, it's not your job to convince them otherwise. It's your job to keep moving forward, to keep striving, and to let your success speak for itself. Self-belief doesn't require an audience. It's something you carry within you, a quiet confidence that pushes you forward even when no one else is cheering you on. Believing in yourself also means being willing to fail. Because failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a necessary part of the journey. Every successful person has failed, sometimes spectacularly, before achieving their goals. The difference is that they didn't let failure stop them. They believed in themselves enough to keep going, to learn from their mistakes, and to try again. When you believe in yourself, you understand that failure is a stepping stone, not a wall. It's a lesson, not a verdict. Self-belief is also what allows you to take criticism in stride. When you're secure in who you are and what you're capable of, criticism doesn't break you, it informs you. You can sift through the feedback, take what's useful, and discard what isn't without letting it shake your core. Without self-belief, every criticism feels like a personal attack. With self-belief, it becomes an opportunity for growth. There will be times when you feel alone in your journey, when it seems like no one understands your vision or supports your dreams. In those moments, self-belief is your anchor. It's what keeps you grounded and focused, reminding you why you started in the first place. It's what keeps you going when the path gets tough and the doubts creep in. Because no one else can walk your journey for you, and no one else can fight for your dreams as fiercely as you can. Believing in yourself also means setting boundaries. It means saying no to the things that don't align with your goals and yes to the things that do, even when they scare you. It means surrounding yourself with people who uplift you and distancing yourself from those who bring you down. Self belief isn't just about internal confidence, it's about creating an environment that supports and nurtures that confidence. It's about protecting your energy, your time, and your peace so you can focus on what truly matters. When you truly believe in yourself, it shows in everything you do. It's in the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, and the way you approach challenges. Self belief is magnetic, it draws opportunities and like minded people to you because they can sense your confidence and authenticity. It's not about being perfect, it's about being unapologetically you. It's about owning your strengths and your weaknesses, knowing that both are part of what makes you unique. Ultimately, self belief is a choice. It's a decision you make every single day, no matter what challenges or doubts you face. It's the voice inside you that says, I am capable, I am deserving, I am enough. And when you nurture that belief, when you let it guide your actions and decisions, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Freedom to grow is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself after experiencing loss or letting go of someone or something that no longer serves you. It's not just the absence of what was, but the presence of what could be. Losing someone, whether through their decision or yours, can feel like a weight initially, as if a piece of your life has been removed. But in reality, it's an opening, a space being made for new possibilities, new opportunities, and a new version of yourself to emerge. When someone leaves your life, it's natural to feel the sting of rejection or the ache of absence. You might question yourself, replay moments, and wonder what could have been different. But instead of seeing it as a loss, consider it a clearing, a chance to refocus on yourself. That space, which once held the weight of trying to meet their needs or expectations, is now free for you to invest in your own growth and potential. It's no longer about them, it's about you and what you're going to do with this newfound freedom. Freedom to grow means no longer being tethered to the constraints that may have come with that relationship or situation. Often, when you're tied to something or someone, there's a tendency to adapt to their needs, desires, and limitations. You may have suppressed parts of yourself, neglected your own goals, or overlooked your own happiness in an effort to make things work. But now, without those restraints, you have the chance to rediscover who you are outside of that context. You have the opportunity to reconnect with your dreams, passions, and aspirations that may have been placed on hold. This growth isn't just about doing more, it's about becoming more. It's about exploring parts of yourself that you may not have had the time, energy, or freedom to explore before. It's about stepping into your potential, realizing that you are capable of so much more than you previously allowed yourself to believe. When you're no longer trying to fit into someone else's narrative, you have the chance to write your own. And that's a power unlike any other. Growth comes with challenges, and that's what makes it so transformative. It's not about avoiding pain or difficulty, it's about using those experiences to fuel your progress. The freedom to grow means embracing the discomfort that comes with change, knowing that every step forward is a step toward a stronger, wiser, and more authentic version of yourself. It's about taking risks, trying new things, and learning from every experience, whether it leads to success or a valuable lesson. One of the most liberating aspects of this freedom is realizing that you no longer need to seek approval from the person or situation you've left behind. You don't need to prove anything to them or anyone else. Your growth isn't about making them see what they lost, it's about making yourself see what you've gained. It's about focusing on your own journey, your own progress, and your own happiness without being weighed down by the expectations or judgments of others. In this freedom, you'll find that you start to attract the right people and opportunities into your life. When you're focused on growth and self-improvement, your energy shifts and so does the world around you. The relationships you build will be with people who support and encourage your growth, not those who hold you back. The opportunities that come your way will align with your newfound sense of purpose and direction. It's a beautiful cycle. The more you grow, the more you attract situations that allow you to grow even further. Freedom to grow also means giving yourself permission to evolve. You don't have to stay the same person you were before, and you don't have to cling to the past. Change can be uncomfortable, but it's also where the magic happens. It's in that space of uncertainty and possibility that you discover strengths you didn't know you had, passions you hadn't yet explored, and a resilience that surprises even you. Growth is a journey, not a destination, and every step forward is a testament to your ability to adapt, learn, and thrive. This freedom isn't something you wait for, it's something you claim. It's a choice to focus on yourself, to prioritize your own well-being, and to see every ending as a new beginning. It's about recognizing that the only thing standing between you and your growth is your own willingness to embrace it. No one else can do this for you, and no one else can take it away. It's yours, and it's up to you to make the most of it. In this process of growth, you'll find that you're not just becoming better, you're becoming whole. You're reclaiming parts of yourself that may have been forgotten or neglected. You're learning to love and accept yourself for who you are while striving to become even more. And as you grow, you'll look back and realize that what once felt like a loss was actually a gift, a chance to step into a life that's more aligned with who you're meant to be. Healing from the pain of someone walking away or choosing to let go of a relationship is not an overnight process, but it is one of the most transformative journeys you will ever take. Healing isn't about pretending that nothing happened or forcing yourself to move on without addressing the hurt. It's about embracing the process of growth, learning, and renewal that comes from facing that pain head on and deciding that it will not define you. It's not just about moving forward, it's about moving forward with a stronger, wiser version of yourself. The first step in healing is acknowledging the pain. It's important to validate what you feel rather than suppressing it or pretending it doesn't exist. When someone leaves or when you choose to let go of a relationship, it's natural to feel a range of emotions: hurt, sadness, anger, confusion, or even relief. Allow yourself to feel those emotions fully. They are a part of your healing process, a way for your mind and heart to process the loss and begin to understand it. Healing isn't about avoiding the pain, it's about working through it so it no longer controls you. While the pain may feel overwhelming at times, it's a reminder that you care deeply, that you invested your time, energy, and heart into something meaningful. That in itself is a testament to your capacity for love and connection. Healing is not about regretting those efforts or resenting yourself for caring. It's about appreciating that you gave your best and recognizing that it's okay to want more for yourself. It's okay to demand the kind of relationships that align with your values, your worth, and your future. As you move through the healing process, self-reflection becomes your greatest ally. Take the time to examine the situation honestly. What did the relationship teach you about yourself? What patterns or habits can you learn from? What red flags did you miss and why? Reflection isn't about assigning blame, it's about gaining clarity and understanding. Healing doesn't just mend the broken pieces, it also rebuilds you in a way that prepares you for the future. It strengthens your sense of self, helping you become more aware of what you want and deserve in relationships. During this process, it's crucial to extend grace to yourself. Healing isn't linear. There will be days when you feel like you've moved forward and others when the memories or pain come rushing back. That's okay. Those moments don't mean you've failed. They're simply part of the journey. Be kind to yourself, just as you would to a close friend going through a similar experience. Speak to yourself with compassion and patience, reminding yourself that growth takes time and that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. One of the most transformative aspects of healing is rediscovering who you are outside the context of the relationship. When you're deeply invested in someone, it's easy to lose sight of your individuality, to define yourself through their eyes or your role in their life. But now you have the chance to reconnect with your own identity. What brings you joy? What are your passions and goals? What parts of yourself have you neglected while trying to make the relationship work? Healing gives you the space to explore these questions and embrace the answers. The process of healing also involves learning to let go, not just of the person, but of the hopes, dreams, and expectations you had tied to them. It's not about forgetting or erasing the past. It's about releasing the grip it has on you so you can fully embrace the present. Letting go is an act of courage. It's deciding that your future is more important than holding on to what could have been. It's recognizing that clinging to the past only holds you back from the life you're meant to live. As you heal, you'll begin to rebuild your sense of trust, not just in others, but in yourself. When someone walks away or when a relationship ends, it can shake your confidence in your own judgment or worth. But healing restores that confidence. It reminds you that your value isn't determined by someone else's ability to see it. It teaches you that you are capable of making decisions, of choosing yourself, and of creating a life that aligns with your needs and desires. Healing also opens the door to forgiveness, not necessarily for the other person, but for yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing their behavior or forgetting the pain they caused. It means releasing the anger, bitterness, or guilt that might be weighing you down. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional burden of holding on to resentment so you can move forward with a lighter heart. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a way to reclaim your peace and power. Ultimately, healing is about transforming pain into purpose. It's about using your experience as fuel for growth and resilience. The hurt you feel today is temporary, but the lessons you learn from it will last a lifetime. As you heal, you'll discover strength you didn't know you had, clarity you didn't know you needed, and a version of yourself you'll be proud to meet. The process isn't easy, but it's worth every step because it leads to a life that's richer, fuller, and more aligned with who you are meant to be. Success is often the best form of closure. When someone leaves your life, it can be tempting to dwell on the loss, replaying moments in your head and wondering what went wrong. But the most powerful way to move forward isn't through explanations or confrontation. It's by succeeding in a way that shows you've risen above the situation. True success doesn't require anyone else's validation. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness, regardless of who stays or goes in your life. Success isn't just about external achievements. It's about personal growth, resilience, and becoming the best version of yourself. When you channel your energy into your own goals and dreams, you shift the focus from what you've lost to what you're gaining. This isn't about revenge or trying to make someone regret their choices. It's about using the challenges and setbacks as motivation to push yourself further, to aim higher, and to build a life that reflects your true potential. To succeed, the first step is to refocus your energy. When someone exits your life, it's easy to fall into the trap of rumination, constantly thinking about what they're doing or how they perceive you. But those thoughts only drain your energy and keep you tied to the past. Instead, channel that energy into your goals. Let every moment of doubt or pain fuel your determination to grow. Every time you feel the sting of rejection, use it as a reminder of what you're working toward, a future so bright that the past fades into insignificance. Success is about consistency and discipline. It's not about grand gestures or quick wins. It's about showing up every day and doing the work. Even when it's hard, it's about setting clear goals and taking deliberate steps to achieve them. Whether it's pursuing a career milestone, improving your health, or nurturing a talent, success requires commitment. The beauty of this journey is that every small victory builds momentum, and with each step forward, you'll feel yourself growing stronger and more confident. One of the most empowering aspects of success is how it transforms your self-perception. When you start to achieve your goals, you begin to see yourself in a new light. You realize that your worth isn't tied to someone else's opinions or decisions. You're reminded that you are capable of greatness on your own terms. This newfound confidence becomes a cornerstone of your identity, shaping how you approach future challenges and relationships. Success also has a way of shifting your perspective on the past. As you grow and achieve, the pain of what you lost begins to lose its hold on you. What once felt like a setback now feels like a necessary step in your journey. You start to see the person who left as a catalyst for your growth rather than a source of your pain. This perspective isn't about diminishing what you went through. It's about recognizing the strength and resilience you've gained because of it. Another powerful aspect of success is the opportunities it brings. When you're focused on growth and achievement, you attract people and circumstances that align with your ambitions. You'll find yourself surrounded by individuals who uplift and inspire you, people who see your worth without needing to be convinced. Success creates a ripple effect, opening doors to new possibilities and connections that enrich your life in ways you may not have imagined. Through success, you also redefine your priorities. The person or situation that once seemed so important begins to fade in significance as you realize how much more there is to strive for. Your goals become your driving force, and your future takes center stage. This shift in focus isn't about forgetting the past. It's about choosing to invest in what truly matters: your growth, happiness, and fulfillment. Ultimately, success isn't just about proving anything to the world. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of overcoming adversity and creating a life that reflects your highest potential. It's about using every experience, even the painful ones, as fuel for your journey. And as you succeed, you'll realize that the greatest closure doesn't come from words or explanations. It comes from living a life so fulfilling that you no longer need them. The best response to those who underestimated you or failed to recognize your value is to live a life so extraordinary that their opinions no longer matter. It's not about seeking revenge or validation. It's about demonstrating through your actions and choices that you are thriving, growing, and creating a future that reflects your full potential. Your success becomes a statement, not to them, but to yourself, affirming that you never needed their approval to shine. Living your best life starts with shifting your focus inward. When you let go of trying to prove something to others, you reclaim your energy and redirect it toward building a life that truly fulfills you. This isn't about pretending the pain of their actions doesn't exist. It's about refusing to let that pain dictate your path. By focusing on your dreams, goals, and passions, you begin to craft a narrative that centers on your growth and joy, not their dismissal. Thriving after someone underestimates you requires a deep commitment to self-improvement. This is the time to invest in yourself, whether it's by learning new skills, pursuing higher education, improving your physical health, or diving into a passion you've always wanted to explore. Growth is the ultimate form of empowerment. It's a tangible reminder that you are constantly evolving and that your worth isn't tied to someone else's inability to see it. Every step forward is a testament to your resilience and capability. As you build a life that reflects your potential, you'll find that your sense of self-worth becomes unshakable. Confidence isn't just about knowing you have value, it's about understanding that your value isn't contingent on external validation. When you recognize this, you stop seeking approval from those who doubted you and start living in alignment with your own standards and values. This internal shift is powerful because it frees you from the need to prove anything to anyone but yourself. A key part of thriving is learning to embrace joy unapologetically. Sometimes, after being underestimated or undervalued, there's a temptation to dwell on proving others wrong, but true empowerment comes from living a life of joy and fulfillment, not one of constant comparison. Do the things that make you happy. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your victories and create experiences that bring you peace and satisfaction. Happiness is the loudest statement you can make, and it's one that requires no explanation or justification. Thriving also involves surrounding yourself with the right people. As you focus on your growth and happiness, you'll naturally attract individuals who see and appreciate your worth. These are the people who will support you, cheer you on, and remind you of your strength when times get tough. Let go of the need to hold on to relationships that don't serve you and make room for connections that inspire and uplift you. The company you keep has a profound impact on your ability to thrive. Your success isn't just about the material or external milestones, it's also about the emotional and mental resilience you build. Thriving means finding peace within yourself, even in the face of past hurts. It means letting go of the anger or bitterness that might weigh you down and choosing instead to focus on the positive possibilities in your future. This isn't about denying the impact of what happened, it's about refusing to let it define you or limit your potential. As you continue to thrive, you'll notice that the opinions of those who doubted you start to fade into insignificance. Their words and actions lose their power over you because you've built a life so rich and meaningful that their perspective no longer matters. The best part, you'll realize that your happiness and success were never about them. They were always about you, your journey, and your commitment to becoming the person you were meant to be. The journey of reclaiming your power and rebuilding your life after someone underestimates, undervalues, or walks away from you is not just a testament to your resilience, but a declaration of your worth. It's not about proving anything to them, it's about proving to yourself that you are capable of greatness, growth, and boundless success. Each setback becomes a stepping stone, each moment of doubt a spark for transformation, and each challenge an opportunity to rise stronger and more determined than ever. As you focus on your personal growth, embrace the freedom to evolve and channel your energy into creating a life that reflects your highest potential. You'll discover a confidence and joy that are unshakable. You'll build a future that isn't defined by the opinions or actions of others, but by your own strength, purpose, and vision. Through healing, persistence, and unwavering self-belief, you turn pain into power, setbacks into successes, and loss into liberation. In the end, your best response isn't in words or explanations, it's in the life you live. A life filled with growth, purpose, and fulfillment speaks louder than any confrontation ever could. You are more than someone else's opinion of you. You are a force to be reckoned with, and your journey forward will be your most powerful statement. Let them regret underestimating you, but more importantly, let yourself revel in the incredible person you are becoming.